please welcome to the stage Deborah. 5 things that I love.
Normally I would bring this out of our way, but I'm actually going to use this as a prop tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so please bear with me. We all have lots of things that we love in life. I know I have a list that's as long as both my arms, legs and body put together. But there are 5 particular things in my life that I absolutely love. First one, obviously, my family. My family and friends to me are absolutely number one, the most important thing in my life. Without them, I don't know where I would be. They are everything, my life and my breath, everything about me. My husband on the left is, to me, he's cute. I hope to know a woman. The only one in the middle is me, ignore her. My oldest son is Carl, he's 21, has got a new girlfriend and he's moved over to Corio. So like many mothers of late teenage and adolescent boys, they lose their children to another woman, I suppose you could call it. And unfortunately he's moved away over to Corio, so it's 2 hours away between now and when I see my child, which is not very often, unfortunately. And Dean is my youngest, he's 19, still at home. Don't know if that's quite a good thing at the moment, but you know what 19-year-olds are like, so we're going to get into that. And this is my baby girl, the only girl in my house other than me, even my birds boys. So it's nice to have another girl in the house. And that's Sassy, and she is exactly that. Number 2, the things that I love. No points for guessing, travel. Who here doesn't like to travel? I love to cruise, to fly, to drive, anything you like. I've cruised around the world twice. I've flown to Europe. I'm from Britain, of course, as you can guess occasionally with my accent just comes out every now and then, especially when the crowd homs, so I'm sure you'll be the same, George. I love to do anything to do with travel, and even with my son, Dean, the youngest one, I've travelled a few times driving a motorhome. Interesting, doing a road trip with a 17-year-old boy. Very different. You should try it sometime, or maybe not. Number 3 in my life. That's not me, by the way, even though I feel like it at the moment. Tennis. Anybody here like sport? Anyone here like tennis? Anytime you want to go, don't ask me, I'm out for injury, as it was like for a while. But I used to play up to 4 times a week. So you can see it's very taxing on your body. First thing you're out with is usually tennis elbow, and unfortunately it is related to tennis, but not always. It's the constant bending and movement and so forth, like with repetitive strain injuries for your wrists and so forth. And it is a very awful injury for tennis elbow. Then it's your back, then it's your knees, then it's your ankles, and then anything else in your body that goes is usually related to tennis as well. But it is a lot of fun. I played competitively. I actually didn't start until 1988, so that was quite late for some people. I started for about 2 years. I was playing socially, and then started up competition sport. And unfortunately, while I was pregnant, I was 4 months pregnant, and all your muscles go relaxed when you're having a baby. And I twisted my ankle just before the grand final, and I wasn't able to play. So, something to be careful of, but guys don't have to worry about that. Number 4. Some people say, why would I have that? Which everyone here, or most of you would know that I'm a celebrant. Why would I have work as one of my things that I love? Well, I do actually love my job. I love both of my jobs. I work at the CFA part-time, anywhere between 2 and 6 days a week, depending on the fire season or the storms or floods or whatever's going on around Australia at the time. But I love working for that with the CFA because it's full of volunteers and volunteers love to be able to help people, as we all do. And so it's nice to actually work with people who love doing what they do. And for my celebratory side, I love ceremonies. Absolutely love to create a ceremony to make it a happy day for some, a sad day in other cases for funerals and so forth, but it's always something that eases their burden. So it's a wonderful experience to be able to create a ceremony that is going to be lasting and remembered by all the family and friends. And number 5 on my list is acting. Now, you'd think for someone who's here at Toastmasters, what the hell are they doing on the stage? Well, actually, it's really good. Because if you're scared, like I am, right now, believe it or not, and you're up on stage, you can hide behind that face of whatever character it is that you're portraying. So it's actually better than being right here now. Because at the moment, I've got all these faces looking at me, and I know that you're assessing. Whereas on the theatre, you actually are playing somebody else. So they're not assessing you. They're assessing that character. Oh, I don't like her. Oh, she's an evil bitch, isn't she? Oh, she's lovely, isn't she? So it's a total way of escape. So acting is a real lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of very creative people. And it's a real good escape. So that's something I really love. If I had to change any of the 5 things that I love, probably the only one thing that I would change would be the 4th one, which was work. And the only reason why I would change that would be to retire so that I could do number 2, travel a lot more than I do now.